Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio, so today we're going to be looking at some Ultra Beast support. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been getting excited about the Ultra Beast since they started coming out in Crimson Invasion, but we've not had very much support for them, and this is, I reckon, the best Ultra Beast support card we've had so far. Now, we've had Beast Ball previously. Beast Ball allows you to essentially search your prizes for a Ultra Beast and then switch it with Beast Ball. It's not very good. We did have Beast Energy. Beast Energy is great. It is, well, it's kind of like a rainbow energy that allows you to do an extra 30 damage, but the big issue with Beast Energy is that it's a once per deck kind of thing. It's a Prism Star. You can only have one in your deck. It's not ideal. But now we're getting Ultra Space, a new stadium that was translated today by the lovely David Hockman. And this is an incredibly good card. It says, search your deck for an Ultra Beast once per turn and put it into your hand. It is universal Ultra Beast search. Think of it kind of like Dive Ball, except instead of searching for a water Pokemon, you search for an Ultra Beast. This is the card we've wanted for Ultra Beasts since we saw that they were a special kind of card. Here's the thing though, this isn't an item card. This is a stadium, which means you get to use it every single turn. Now, I suppose it being a stadium, I should mention that Field Blower can be used to discard it by your opponent, or they can just play another stadium and bump it. Fine, yes, I get it, these things happen. But overall, this is wonderful, and I mean, we'll go through the proper analysis in a second, but needless to say, if you are playing a deck that revolves around Ultra Beasts, this is an amazing stadium, an absolutely full-on amazing stadium. The only real downside to this card is that we do have other options for stadiums which could potentially be played in some Ultra Beast-focused decks. Now, the other thing I've got to mention here, and this is absolutely huge, this puts the Pokemon into your hand, not straight onto the bench. It does also mean that you can search for evolved Pokemon, think Naganadel, rather than just basics, but they go into your hand. And this is absolutely huge if you're using a Pokemon with a coming into play ability. And we've got two Ultra Beasts that have really good coming into play abilities. We've got Kartana GX that, I mean, it's just an enhanced hammer. You drop it down on the field and you discard a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. And we've got Nihilego GX that's got a really good ability that leaves both active Pokemon, yours and your opponent's, both confused and poisoned. If you had to go straight onto the bench, this wouldn't work, but they go into your hand, so it totally works, and this is amazing. It makes it better than something like Brooklet Hill. Brooklet Hill is another stadium that allows you to search for Pokemon, but Brooklet Hill put those Pokemon straight onto your bench. You don't get to put them into your hand and then use them. It's really, really nice. It does also have a weird kind of synergy with Ultra Ball here, because of course if you've got one card in your hand that you don't mind discarding, well, you need to discard two cards for Ultra Ball, so you search for an Ultra Beast that you don't really need, and off you go. The other thing is, this allows you to play Tech Ultra Beasts really easily. So let's say you're playing a Buzzwole deck. You're playing mostly Buzzwole. But maybe you want to play a single Xurkitree, so that if you're against a really special energy heavy deck, you can play your Xurkitree, which has the really cool ability that blocks attacks or damage from attacks by any Pokemon with special energy attached. Well, Ultra Space here is just really handy for just searching out that single Xurkitree. In terms of search, this is amazing. We don't get much universal Pokemon search. Like I've said, there was Dive Ball, but that was only for water Pokemon. We had Master Ball, which was genuine universal Pokemon search, but it was an ace spec. You could only have one of that or any other ace spec in your deck. The best we've got is like Ultra Ball, where you got to discard two cards from your hand. Okay, this is only for Ultra Beasts, but it's once per turn you get to grab an Ultra Beast. And if your opponent doesn't bump it or use a Field Blower or something like that, you get to use it turn after turn after turn. Now, clearly, this is going to be amazing in Naganadel decks. Naganadel is coming out in Sun and Moon 5+. It could actually come out in Ultra Prism, though we don't know for sure. And it's got a really good attack for one colourless energy that does 20 damage for every Ultra Beast you have in play. 120 if you've got a full bench. But for a single energy, and with a Psychic type that will, for instance, get a one-hit KO on a Buzzwole. And the irony is that this will probably be played with Buzzwole, because Buzzwole's a really good card and it's an Ultra Beast, so you play Naganadel and you play Buzzwole, and then Buzzwole fuels Naganadel's attack. Yeah. Really, really nice. And the other thing is, if you look at Naganadel, this is a Pokemon that attacks for a single energy. So you then bring in a stadium that allows you to search out your Ultra Beast, and all of a sudden you are less reliant on Tapu Lele than you might otherwise be. Remember, Naganadel's attack does 20 damage for each Ultra Beast that you have in play. So you really don't want to be playing a Tapu Lele, because that will reduce your damage by 20 for as long as Tapu Lele is on the field. Well, that's alright, because this might help you use maybe one Tapu Lele, maybe even 0. But the biggest downside for this in Naganadel decks is, in Expanded, in Standard it's a no-brainer, but in Expanded you got Dimension Valley, which means that Naganadel's main attack is free, and it means that Naganadel's GX attack can be done for just a double colourless energy. And seeing that it's a GX attack that makes both players shuffle their prizes into their deck and put 3 new prizes down, it's phenomenal. This is a very good thing. In Expanded, I could see people playing Dimension Valley, but in Standard, it's a no-brainer. The other card we've got to mention here is Ultra Recon Squad. Now, this is a supporter that was revealed recently. I did a video, all these Japanese cards, like Beast Energy, Naganadel, Ultra Recon Squad. I've done videos about all of these, so check the links in the description or just search on the channel. They're very easily found. And it allows you to discard up to 2 Ultra Beasts from your hand, and for each one you discard, you get to draw 2 cards. Now, I said to you that this is amazing, but you're not always going to have 2 Ultra Beasts in your hand, and if you don't have 2 Ultra Beasts in your hand, it becomes a lot less good. Well, playing this stadium means you can guarantee you'll always have, unless you've got none left in your deck, 1 Ultra Beast in your hand, which means as long as you can find the other one, you're then drawing 6 cards, and it becomes phenomenal. And this is another huge advantage you get in that Ultra Space puts the Ultra Beast into your hand rather than on the bench. Like I said, you could use it with Ultra Ball, you can use it with Ultra Recon Squad. Search it out from a deck, put it into your hand, and then go ahead and use it with Ultra Recon Squad to draw extra cards. Now, at the moment, we've got 2 good Ultra Beast attackers. Well, actually, we've got 1, but we're getting a second. Buzzwole and Naganadel. And they are going to see play. Now, I did say that Dimension Valley is really good for Naganadel. With Buzzwole, you've got to remember Brooklet Hill. Brooklet Hill allows you to search for a basic water or fighting Pokemon, put them straight onto your bench. Now, Buzzwole, it's better to search it out with Ultra Space. But the thing is, if you're using Brooklet Hill, you can search for something like a Rockruff or a Remoraid, which are often played with Buzzwole, which is a little bit of a pain. But Ultra Beast now, you've got Beast Ball, you've got Ultra Space, you've got Ultra Recon Squad. Ultra Beasts are finally getting this support that we've been saying since we first saw that they say Ultra Beast on and are clearly a different kind of card. Ever since that happened, we've been saying we're going to get all this Ultra Beast support. We've just not had it. Well, that's changing, ladies and gentlemen. Ultra Beast support is coming, and it's looking pretty good. I've got to give this 5 Wassies, and I know I've covered that a few times lately. I'm sorry. This is a spectacular card. The thing is, we've all seen how ridiculous Brooklet Hill is. We've all seen how much play that has seen, and I'd like to think we can all agree that Brooklet Hill should be a 5 Wassie card. Don't look up what I gave it, because I don't think I gave it 5 Wassies. That was clearly a mistake. And this puts it into your hand which in an Ultra Beast deck makes it better. Brooklet Hill is no good in a deck that isn't playing fighting or water Pokemon, but it's amazing in decks that are. Same thing with Ultra Space. The only way you wouldn't play this in an Ultra Beast deck is when you've got a phenomenal stadium like Brooklet Hill or Dimension Valley that you'd rather play instead. And I'm not knocking a card down just because there are other phenomenal cards that in some builds will see a bit more play. And I cannot get over how good it is that it goes into your hand. The fact that it goes into your hand is the reason why Fan Club only gets you 2 cards, whereas Bridget gets you 3. Because getting a Pokemon in your hand is so much better. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, as with all of these new cards, as with all of my videos, I need to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this? Do you think Ultra Beast decks are going to be good in the future? Go nuts! Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. I have restarted my video game channel, Wassy Plays. Please go and check that bad boy out, because if I can get a video game channel as well, it won't affect PTCG Radio, but if I can make that a success, I can spend more time making videos for both channels, and that'll be amazing. If you want to support this channel, get some bonus pods, etc., you can do so at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.